All right, what's up, DVW fam? So we're on our next stop on this northern Spain food adventure. We're on a city by the sea. Literally, the port is behind me right now. We're in a city called Foz in Galicia, and each one of these regions has different unique foods. Galicia is known for their octopus and seafood, which is why we're here at the spot called Rente al Mar, which literally means place by the sea, for their octopus and other items. So yeah, let's explore Foz, Galicia for some Galician Spanish cuisine. Let's do it. We're at this place called Rente al Mar, Pulperia. This place is an octopus bar. That's one of the top things you guys could get here in Galicia, among other items, like this Ribera right here, which is white wine. It's something they recommended to us, so I'm gonna pour it out. So I guess you pour it in these little cups right here. Let's try this out. All right, this seems like a must-get item. We're looking around at everybody's tables and they have one of these, so I guess you pour it into these little cups and enjoy it like this. Let's try it out. Oh, doesn't taste like your typical white wine. There's a lot of oomph in it. Like it's kind of like thick. It's not too sweet, not too bitter. I'm gonna pour another cup because it's so good. It's pretty good. Kind of tastes like white wine and a cider and a beer mixed in one. Kind of weird description, but that's what I feel. It's not too strong either. Salud. All right, so this is the polvoa ferra. So this is in Galician, which is like a dialect or another language, but similar to Spanish. So polvoa is kind of similar to pulpo. So this is the half serving, their main items here. They give us these little toothpicks to try it out. Let's try this out right here. Let's try it out. Oh my god. Oh, the spice from there. It's really thick, chewy, a little bit slimy from that outer shell. I don't know if you guys dig that, but it's super fresh. It just pops. The key distinction is they're huge. Tentacles are nice and big. They're not like frail little small octopuses. Huge tentacles. You still taste like a little bit of that salty taste from the ocean. Oh, it's slightly salted as well, but the main distinction is that these octopus are huge. And that little marinade, it's like some Spanish olive oil, salt, very minimal seasoning, but there's a little kick to it. Pretty good. So people travel from all around Spain to try Galician cuisine, which is mainly seafood. This place is pretty popular, got thousands of reviews, TripAdvisor, Google, and this octopus is pretty good. I give it a DVW score, 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, so we've been going all throughout northern Spain trying different cured meats, chorizo, jamon. This one is lacón cocido, which is a different type. It also has a similar seasoning on the octopus. Let's try this one out. Definitely Spanish olive oil on there. I gotta take another piece. They have like their own seasoning, this red thing. It kind of tastes like paprika. Yeah, it is paprika with Spanish olive oil. This pork, this piece is very interesting. It's like kind of lean, almost like a jerky. This one's different from all the other cured meats I've been having, like the chorizo. Those ones are like bright red. This one is pinkish. It's like crunchy, almost like cartilage. And it's not like super salty either. Ooh, there's actually is cartilage in here. Look, here. You see a cartilage? Yeah. So it's kind of similar to like pork ear in a way. It's all about the texture. It's crunchy, not too salty. That's why they have the paprika and the olive oil. But yeah, interesting. The Spanish are all about pork ear, iberico ham, all that stuff, chorizo. So all the pork dishes are pretty good. You don't get like a porky meaty taste, but not my favorite cured meat. I give it like a 7.7 DVW score. So these are pimientos, this means peppers. These ones are nice and big. Let's try it out. Let's try the other one. Ooh, similar to Japanese sashito peppers, but if you guys noticed during our road trip, all the farmland here is nice, fertile, green. That's why some of the farm raised. The produce here is really fresh. You can taste the freshness in like the olive oil, the tomatoes, all the produce here in Spain. Really fresh, same as these peppers. I give these peppers 9 out of 10 for freshness. Yeah, look how big these are, guys. These are addicting. I can munch on these all day. They serve as a big plate and they look like a lot for 2 people, but we're almost done with them because they're so addicting and fresh. Like I said, it's all about the textures. Really crunchy, nice salt grains on them. It's addicting. Nice little snack. So these ones aren't spicy, but sometimes if you go through them, you'll find a spicy one. So be careful. So have a cup of water or milk next to you in case you get the spicy one. Chorizo de sidra, which means chorizo with cider. So if you guys weren't following our northern Spanish tour, in the north they're known for the sidra, which is the cider here. So I guess it's a chorizo with some cider. Alright, so when you're in the north of Spain, actually in anywhere of Spain, you're gonna be eating a lot of pork, but when you're in the north, seafood as well. So this is a chorizo de sidra, chorizo and cider. Let's try it out. I like the chorizo. Fatty, pops. It's all about texture. It's really crunchy. Not too salty like some other chorizo. It's in the cider. I don't really taste the cider. It kind of just tastes like a wet chorizo. But there's some papas in here. I'm gonna take a little bit of the sauce and see how this is. Try it out. Kind of just tastes like a really moist chorizo. Not my favorite. DVW score 7 out of 10 for this. But to talk about the lazón cocido, that's like the arm of the pig. That's why I was telling you before it was like tough or like chewier, like more texture with cartilage, because there's a lot of muscle or like tissue, lean tissue to the arm, which is why it's not my favorite. I like my chorizo sometimes or my cured meats, kind of fatty, but yeah, that's why it's leaner. All right, guys, just an aside, this is probably like my 4th or 5th little cup of Ribeiro. This is a pleasant surprise because we weren't even prepared to take this. This is probably like one of my favorite things here. I give this DVW score 9.4 out of 10. It is delicious. Kind of reminds me of sake, and not just because it's in this little cup, but it's because, I mean, both wines are fermented and it's just really balanced white wine. Just really tasty. Not too sweet, not too sour. It's amazing, but I've been mentally preparing myself this whole time to try these anchoas, which is Galician for anchovies. And this is fish from the Cantabrico Sea, which is the sea in the whole north of Spain. So this isn't just native here, it's native to the whole north of Spain. They have anchoas everywhere. So this has been sitting in front of me and I could smell it from just up here, just the smell of it. And if you guys know anchovies, you know, I'm just gonna try this for you guys. Let's try it out. Okay, as you guys can see, it still has that pungent, like really oceany, fishy flavor, but it smells a little bit better with this Spanish olive oil and these little olives right here, and it's really salty too. The thing is, these anchovies are really salty, but I think the distinguishing factor is that it's very like fleshy, very thick. There's a lot of chew to it, so it's not like slimy, you know, flaky anchovies. It's really thick. It kind of tastes like you're eating like a piece of turkey bacon, if that makes sense. Like a piece of turkey bacon, but anchovy flavored. But needless to say, it doesn't matter where the anchovies are from. I don't really like anchovies. Too much of a fishy, oceany taste. But yeah, I can't eat anymore. I can't give it a rating because I just don't like anchovies, but maybe some of you guys will, because I know my mom likes anchovies, and I know a lot of people out there like anchovies, but I tried it for you guys, Galician anchovies. All right, like with every Spanish dinner, gotta end it with dessert. Every time we've been eating dinner, we've been getting dessert. This arroz con leche, and they gave us like some cinnamon right here, and this is, in English it's called quince. I've never had this fruit before, but it's a quince jam, membrillo. So it's like Javi showed me a picture. It's like, it looks like a yellow guava. I've never had this fruit before with queso cheese. So this one looks interesting. Let's try this out right here. The cheese kind of tastes like a really creamy mozzarella cheese. But together, the cheese and the sweetness kind of like combines for a little cheesecake, but they're in separate pieces, so it's interesting. I really like the texture of the jam. They're in cubes. It's not too sweet, subtle sweetness. I never had this fruit before, but it tastes kind of like almost like an orangish jam, like an orange jam. It's like an orange strawberry jam, but with this cheese, it's very interesting. It's like mini cheesecakes. That cheese by itself, I could eat all day though. Really creamy. It's an interesting dessert. DVW score, I give it like a 8.4 out of 10. I tried a lot of Mexican arroz con leche. Javi told me this is different, so let's try this out. Throw some cinnamon on here.
Careful.
Okay. Maybe I'll mix it. I think I put a little bit too much. Oh, you can smell that cinnamon on there. Let's try this out. Never mind, it's cold. Okay. It's really cold arroz con leche. So Javi's telling me that in Spain, they're all about like the rice grains here, like the rice grains in the paella is really like big and hard, like the little grains itself. So you could taste that in the arroz con leche. It's not like soft, mushy rice grains. They're like, you could taste like every grain in here, even though it's like with milk. Arroz con leche is rice with milk. I'm not gonna lie, I really dig this. Like, just because the rice grains are really big and like milky and creamy, I really like that. With the cinnamon, I'm not gonna compare it. Comparison is the thief of joy. But this one's really cold and different. I give this a 8.9 out of 10 dessert DVW score. I really like this. This surprised me because it looked bland. It looked like a bowl of porridge or rice, but sweet and delicious. I like how like when you're in like a seafood restaurant near the port and the beach, you can really tell. It's just about the vibes, like the waiters, they're all very friendly.
Hola, Dan with all familia.
And like this restaurant's kind of like sailor themed. It's like blue and white, almost like Greece themed, and we're literally right by the port. The ocean's right there, so all the seafood is fresh. This whole place, I give it a DVW score, 8.4 out of 10. There are some hits and misses here, but don't worry, we're gonna try more Galician food in the north of Spain. We're gonna go to Santiago next, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, gonna finish the rest of this off and follow us along for more food adventures. Yo, and I really appreciate Javi for coming along with me on this trip. He's Spanish himself, pushing me to try new foods and new adventures, so shout out to him.
Thank you, man.
This is Javi right here.
I've never had such good membrillo though. It's a good one. Really good one. Yeah, it's like just a kind of fruit. I don't know, my mom used to eat it a lot. I didn't used to like it as a kid, but now maybe I like it now. Maybe my taste has changed and now I like it. I really like this restaurant. There are very good things, although like seafood is maybe not my strongest point. Like the anchovies or like the octopus, it tastes really good, but maybe it's still. It could be you should try it if you are over here for sure. But it could be that you don't like the texture. It's a bit weird, maybe until you get used to it, right? But you still gotta try it because you're in for a treat. And the rest is pretty good. And I really like the vibe of the people over here. I think they're like really cool. They're maybe sometimes like a bit messy, but they're really fun people. They're like dancing over there.
Just like any other city in Spain, you could get dinner, lunch with the beautiful view. There's like another church up here. All of Spain's cities are littered with beautiful architectures and nice churches. Like this one in Fos, church right there, and the bell rang every 30 minutes while we're eating. So great vibes here at Puente al Mar in Fos, Galicia. Guys, the best part of that dinner is that wine was so good, the Ribera, and it was only €4.20 for that whole half of a liter. Something like that back in the US probably cost you like $25. Yeah, we got here in the nighttime, so it's kind of hard to see, but that's the port behind us where I'm assuming they catch all of the fresh catch for their Galician cuisine here. So we got a nice wall with a bunch of photographs here. It looks like a lot of sailors and boats, so they take their seafaring life very serious out here, as Javi was telling me, and which means that the seafood should be great here. This city is kind of giving me a little bit of like a Greek vibe because I've been to Greece a couple times and tried like some of their seafood, but yeah, that's Galicia. Let's check it out. Deuces.